This reaction is brought to you by my $5 or more supporters at coffee.com/Alex Haitz. I'd like to thank Andreas Gleasel, Steph Newtown, Mark Ventura, Cole Alexander, Ben Thrifty, and Finbar for sponsoring this video, supporting me and my family, this whole channel, this video. Thank you all so much. I hope you enjoy. Weather changes mood. It's getting to be pretty cold outside. Also, I'm sick. I apologize. I was kind of worried last couple of days because I went to sleep feeling like, 15% sick. And it's always like, am I going to wake up 10% sick or 75%? And I've been kind of staying at 15% for the last 2 days. And I'm like, if I can get through the Nirvana reaction, I'll be okay. I can kind of coast for a little while, I think. But anyway, yeah, we're doing the big one today, boys. The big one. Reacted to Bleach so far. All I've done from Nirvana was very interesting for sure. Posted that unedited on the channel because it was under the Sub Pop label and they let me do revenue sharing. Fantastic. Sub Pop and Kill Rockstars, goated. Actually, there's some other ones too that are pretty good that allow for revenue sharing and aren't UMG. Let's put it that way. But anyway, I'm very excited to dive in today. For those who don't know, I do unedited reactions on my coffee page, coffee.com/AlexHeitz. For $5 a month, you can get access to unedited reactions from Modest Mouse going forward. That's April of 2021. 3 years at this point almost. Over 3 years. Yeah. That I've been doing unedited reactions. So quite a big back catalog in there. If you want to be able to access that whole back catalog, $5 a month will grant you access through the gates. If not, you can hop in at the $1 per month level and get access to voting in polls that we do every 2 to 4 albums. Kind of breaks up the monotony of going through an artist discography binge. And just kind of gives us a chance to interject random miscellaneous albums into the mix. So if you want to support the channel, that'd be the place to do it. Also, got to shout out NordVPN, link in the description. Fantastic VPN with great speeds, great prices. If you are in need of a VPN, check them out in the description. Nevermind. We're not doing a reaction today. Nevermind. As you can see, I have tastefully censored the artwork here with some I'll be franks. Hope that eases your mind, Spencer. We're doing the big grungy album. So yeah, this is an interesting place to arrive on the channel because we went through all of the first run of Pixies albums. We've gone through all of the notable REM albums. And so to arrive at Nevermind, I think is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Bleach was a really interesting listen. I kind of see this as like a My Bloody Valentine thing where like Isn't Anything was like, oh, hey, interesting, unique, but also of its genres. And then Loveless is, something completely seminal and just influential for so much stuff going forward. I kind of see that to be the case here because Bleach definitely had a lot of that kind of sludge metal post-hardcore vibe to it, but also like the production was great. The riffs were killer. There was a lot of notable stuff in it that set it apart from other music of that type. And I'm feeling like today with Nevermind, I'm going to really jive with this more than Bleach. I think that's a safe bet. I have heard the first 3 songs on the album. I haven't heard all of Smells Like Teen Spirit. I've heard like the notable riff, the verse, and the chorus, so probably most of it. And then I've heard In Bloom because that was in Rock Band or Guitar Hero, I can't remember, which is a phenomenal track. I love the like weird kind of like slinky chord progression with just like the very simple bass in the verses. And then Come As You Are is a really cool, like almost like neo-psych sort of rock song. Not notable to me as far as the like other two. I think Smells Like Teen Spirit and In Bloom are better, but I think Come As You Are is a pretty cool track, and it also definitely shows that this album, they're doing a little bit more varied songwriting and musical styles here. I haven't heard anything else on this album, though. We're going to be doing the original 12 tracks plus Endless Nameless, the hidden track that was left off of vinyl releases. So we'll be doing the full 49-minute version of the album here today. I don't know if I have a whole lot else to add here. I just kind of want to dive in and start listening and see if I enjoy this as much as other people do. Because this is really is a landmark album in one of my favorite genres, which is alt rock. Huge fan of Radiohead, huge fan of REM, huge fan of Pixies. So I feel like this is gonna, be a nice key clicking into place. So without further ado, let us begin with Smells Like Teen Spirit. That simple two-note guitar line is nice. There it is. Very nice. So, a couple things to say. I like when songs, I feel like Beach House is good at this. When songwriters are willing to do Elliott Smith as well, gosh, does this all the time. When songwriters are willing to just take the vocal melody and make it a riff. Like having the guitar riff mirror the vocal line there, it's just super satisfying because it's like you have the familiarity, you know where it's going to go, but you don't quite know what it's going to sound like because now it's on an instrument rather than the vocals. I really enjoy that. I think it's always enjoyable and satisfying and honestly never gets old to me. So that, yeah, great. Definitely. I know that he tried to kind of mirror the Pixies here with the loud, soft dynamic. Obviously the verses are much quieter and calmer than the punk rocky chorus, but just a classic song. And I like the like arrangement of the riff. It's a type of like power chord thing going on where it's like on one fret and then you move the strings over there and then you're up here and you do the same thing again. And it creates for a very interesting like sonic dissonance there, even though it kind of follows a logical line. But nice, cool. Okay, next one, In Bloom. This one's great.
More
Oh yeah. um, yeah, great bass from Trist on there. Um, and just the man again with the like really interesting chord tones. You have a very like punk influence. Just got that Kurt Cobain power chord stuff going on in the chorus, and I like the Oh gosh, what was I gonna say? There's something I was gonna point out. What was it? Oh no, the pop appeal. Which ironically enough, this song is apparently kind of about like the fair weather fans who show up because of the success of Bleach, which I don't really know what Nirvana was doing prior to Bleach because they had formed in 2 years before, um, but really had only released like Love Buzz and Big Cheese. I don't know, as a single. So I don't really know what they were doing beforehand as far as like if there was better fans before Bleach came out. I don't know. But yeah, you can definitely tell that this album has more of a mainstream appeal than something sludgier and noisier, more akin to a Sonic Youth on Bleach. So yeah, I can see why this, did as well as it did. I don't know how well it sold. If I look at the sales, what are the sales? Release and sales. Yeah, so it spiked up pretty good in the first year. It got to like 4 million sales by 1 year in. And it just kind of, it's steadily risen over the course of the 90s. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like it makes sense. It's an interesting, it kind of meeting in the middle, right? Where like it's going to be more successful than Bleach because it has more of a pop appeal, but it still has the edge. It has the grunge edge, and it has, Kurt being as, transgressive as ever. So, and it's going to probably even get worse/better on In Utero. Anyway, let's keep going. Come As You Are. Chorus. As you were, as I want you to be, as a friend, memory, served in bleach, as I want you to be, when I swear that I don't have a gun. Good. Like I said, it's not my favorite of those three that I've heard. I do like that kind of chorusy, psyche effect on the guitar. But I don't know. I feel like lyrically and like vocal melody wise, it's not as compelling to me as those first two. So it's like it's still good. It's just I don't necessarily prefer it because it falls a bit flat for me as far as oomph. But it's fine. It's fine. We're finally getting into the stuff that I haven't heard, which I'm very eager to hear now. Breed. Cool. Sick riff. The little bit of Bleach coming through again, huh? Um, Man, it's such a great guitarist. And it sounds nice and crisp. I'm listening to the 30th anniversary remaster, which came out last year, 2 years ago, 2022. Um, Sounds great. Sounds great. Very, simple, straightforward track musically. But like that's the thing with those kind of like punky post-hardcore riffs is it's like you don't want to just rely on the simplicity of the music. You got to have melody, man. And Kurt has melody. Yeah, whole song was good front to back. Like that. All right, Lithium. I'm interested about this one. We'll talk about it when I'm done, but eager to listen.
So happy, 'cause today found my friends are in my head. All I care, and I'm not scared. Light my candle. Yeah, and just maybe I'm to blame for all I've heard, and I'm not sure. So are you, broke on me is Sunday morning.
Interesting. It had like the kind of the power pop thing going on, but also it's like where those like guitar lines were going. You're like, oh, this is kind of nice, and then you get the sour chords mixed in there. Interesting lyrics as well, talking about how fictionalized account of a man who turned to religion as a last resort to keep himself alive after the death of his girlfriend, to keep him from suicide. Really interesting. And also it's like, man, Kurt Cobain is like one step removed from what's his name? Richie. Hold on, let me look it up. Manic Street Preachers, Richie Edwards. Because I still haven't listened to the Holy Bible, but like I have heard that one track. It's actually a reaction on the channel, 4 Stone 7 Pound. Just like that. And also just looking up like Richie's biography on Wikipedia. It's very harrowing. It's very dark. And like Kurt's honestly like just a few steps removed from that as far as like the things he's flirting with and like, the cynicism around like religion and just all of that stuff. It's just like, oh man, it's so hard to see somebody like take the burden of life so heavily on their shoulders. Just really tragic, but solid track. Let's keep going. Polly.
I should get off her first. Think she wants some water. Have a seat, let me clip dirty wings. Haven't told, promise you, haven't true. Let me take only wants a cracker, me to untie her. She's a bit nice for a few. Right, cut yourself, want some now, please myself. Me, she called me off my guard. Amazes me now, please myself. Got some rope, haven't told.
Wow. Pulling out that kind of, dark storytelling songwriting again. Man, heavy lyrics as well, but like something about it's again, it's the Frankie Teardrop thing. It's the like the storytelling from the perspective of like just a horrific individual. Um, I like the thing that Kurt said. What is it about? Wrote in the album liner notes in Incesticide, New Wave Poly. Last year, a girl was R-worded by two wastes of sperm and eggs while they sang the lyrics to our song Polly. I have a hard time carrying on knowing that there are plankton like that in our audience. Plankton. Nice. Yeah, I'm curious to listen to R-Word Me. That's on the next album, right? Because I'm fascinated with how he goes about navigating like really dense, difficult, heavy topics. I find that very fascinating. Speaking of very fascinating, let's go to Territorial Pissings.
Come on, people now! Smile on your brother! Everybody get together now!
A little angry, little angsty. Again, more interesting lyrical content, and man, I love that like the drum roll leading into the punky stuff. I also like that kind of like ascend, like the three ascensions, and then kind of like hanging on that like precipice, and then it just keeps doing that over and over. And then the get together lyrics at the beginning was pretty funny too. But nice. Hasn't really been a dud so far. They've all had interesting elements to them. So cool. Drain You.
One baby, two, another says I'm lucky to meet you. This is about me and your affection. Choose me for you. Eyes to dilated, I've become your pupil. Night for, and I'll pass my kiss from my.
Not bad. Maybe one of the like I wouldn't say like least interesting ones so far, but it kind of it took some elements from previous songs and just kind of like melded them together, I feel. Although the that little like interlude in the middle was nice, and then like accelerating up to the riff, that was pretty good. But something about the vocal melody, it just definitely has, it was like very similar to Smells Like Teen Spirit's verses, I feel, with maybe some elements from other tracks in there too. So in that way, it kind of didn't have as much thrust. There's a Nirvana word for you, thrust. Lounge Act. Not bad. Again, not quite as compelling as other tracks on here, but the loungy bass that was funny. Had an interesting, unique vocal delivery as well. Kind of one of those what I call album tracks, just kind of aids in the flow, and it's in that slump area. That's that area that I keep noticing. I've talked about this before. You split an album into 5 parts. The third or fourth of those parts just kind of have like some of the weaker tracks in it. But I think we're gearing up towards something in the way because that's apparently a very notable one. So let's keep trucking. Stay away. I like that more than Drain You. I like the so like in the verses, like you had an even balance. I feel like center panned vocals, and then the I don't know why were like coming from the left channel pretty hard. That was cool. And then that like wind down at the end there with the drums, and it's like, when is it gonna stop? That was entertaining. I enjoyed that one. 2 tracks left on the main release, and then the extra hidden track, On a Plane.
Without any words, I got so high myself, better than you. Know it's right. I'm on a plane, opposite code. Love myself, better than you. I have heard this before. Hey, what the hell am I trying? Love myself, better than you. Know it's wrong. I can't complain.
Every time he said the title of the song, I'm just like envisioning him reading a little magazine in his, first class seat. Ooh, I'm on a plane. Also, that chorus had actually the verse, like "Love Myself Better Than You," like had some of the most like straightforward like pop motifs as far as like melodic movement goes. That was kind of surprising, actually. Not bad. Not bad. It feels like it's leading into the end. That was kind of, a simple palate cleanser before we get into something maybe a little bit different here. So something in the way, apparently more acoustic, possibly like some slowcore gothic country vibes. Also has cello, I believe, right? Yeah. Kirk Canning is doing cello on this. So eager to listen. Let's go.
Top has sprung a leaf off of grass, and the drippings from the wind and the way. Yeah. So, yeah.
Favorite track on the album, hands down. That was awesome. Man, and I didn't mention this about Polly, but like the way that Butch produced these acoustic tracks, like they're mixed so interestingly. Like that, I couldn't tell if that had any kind of like bass presence on it, but like I love how just like condensed and muted that guitar tone sounded, and it was a ton of low end. Lyrics are fascinating. The concept that it was supposed to be like, if I was living under a bridge and dying of AIDS, if I was sick and couldn't move, and I was a total street person. That was kind of the fantasy of it. And apparently there is a place that he supposedly lived when he was homeless, turned out to be a myth, but he did hang out there when he was a kid. Under the Young Street Bridge, there was a graffiti that said "something in the way." Man, that was fantastic. And it makes sense to have that as a closer. I haven't listened to the next one yet, so I don't know exactly how it was intended to be. Like if "Endless Nameless" is supposed to be the last track in Kurt's head or whatever, but yeah, that totally reeked of REM in the best way possible. That was really cool. Favorite one so far. Favorite one probably off of the whole album. I love that restraint and the vocal delivery on the verses, and the melody is just had that mysterious, otherworldly feel about it that REM did so well, and it's here too, and I love it. Okay, so that is technically the full main album. Let's go to the secret hidden track, "Endless Nameless." That's cool. I mean, like, it was just literally, it was just like a jam that kind of happened. But like noisy, fun, energetic, indulgent, but does it make sense on Nevermind? Not completely, but I mean, I guess in a way it makes sense in Kurt's brain. Something in the Way is definitely a better closer. But that was fine. That was fine. So that was Nevermind by Pixies, REM, Radiohead, Coldplay. That was Nevermind by Coldplay. Fantastic. Very good. I like that more than Bleach, easily. Now, I would say, here's the thing. Something in the Way is my favorite track for sure. First three are obviously like bona fide classics. And then you get into some, interesting stuff that definitely feels like it comes from Bleach. That's the thing with the first three, is that they're like, ooh, this is kind of new and interesting. And I see why those are most often played. Like Breed is definitely of the Bleach era. Polly is right up there with, Floyd the Barber in terms of like the Lou Reed lyricism. Lithium also, strong track. It was really just like Drain You and Lounge Act that I felt didn't have the oomph. On a Plane is also just kind of like, it's there. I don't know. Maybe at the time I could see this really packing a big, huge punch as far as an album goes. But like hearing those three tracks, Drain You, Lounge Act, and On a Plane, after having heard so much else around it in retrospect, they don't do a whole lot for me compared to some other stuff here. But man, Something in the Way, fantastic. And apparently that when they recorded that like acoustically in the control room, it was on like nylon strings that he hadn't tuned properly, and so when they went to go in and lay on drums, bass, and cello, the drumming was difficult for Dave because he kind of had to sort of like in reverse order. It should be the drums or the foundation of the rhythm, but like he had to kind of match Kurt's playing, and then the bass and the cello had to be like tuned to sort of match. Which it didn't sound super out of tune to me, so I'm not sure what that's all about. But yeah, really cool album. Landmark in alt rock for sure. And this was around the time of this was 2 years before Pablo Honey. Damn. Yeah, Radiohead was releasing EPs in '92, and of course, they were messing around as On a Friday, which is 1986. They were straight up trying to pull from REM there. So yeah, interesting to see what Nirvana did for alt rock here. It makes a lot of sense. It's really cool. There's definitely an ounce of Bleach left over in here, with a handful of tracks here like Breed and Stay Away. But there's other cool things they're doing here too. And man, I have no idea what to expect with In Utero. It looks like they're really leaning harder back into the noise rock area. So maybe In Utero is going to be closer to Bleach than I anticipate. I don't know. Maybe it will have the crazy riffs again. It honestly looks like there's more bolded RYM tracks on here than on Nevermind, and it's actually rated slightly higher too. Is there like a Renaissance thing where it's like, oh, In Utero was better? I don't know. But yeah, Nevermind, really solid stuff. Eager to re-listen to a few of these tracks, but I'm glad I finally heard it. It's very solid, deserves all the praise it's gotten. And, next time I see a child walking around in a Nirvana shirt, I'm going to ask them what their favorite lyric in Polly was, or Floyd the Barber, and see what they say. Oh, man. Anyway, yeah. Solid stuff. Really eager to get to In Utero next. Okay. That is all, everybody. That is all. We've done the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Things to plug yet again, coffee.com/AlexHeitz. Access to unedited reactions, of which this will be one. And then also got to plug the Discord, link in the description for that. Got about 200 members. I'm actually going to go look. I have not looked in a little while to see how many people we have in the Discord. People have been joining, but I also imagine some people have been leaving. It goes in and out, and it fluxes in and out. So I'm actually going to find out for certain this time how many people we got. Members. We have 174. It's exactly the same as it's been for a long time. People come, people go. But we have Topster charts, memes, music discussion. I'll post when I go live and stuff like that. So if you want to stay up to date with the channel and the people who like the channel and things like that, go check out the Discord. That's all I got, everyone. That's all I got. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Finally got to Nevermind. Really eager to see what's coming up next, the more obscure things, and In Utero to finish things out. So very nice, very good, very sweet, awesome. So that's all I have for you. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, I'm going to head out of here. So until next time, take care, fare thee well, and Godspeed.